Shalom, welcome to another crown jewel word analysis. The word of today I already mentioned as it is crown. So crown jewel, crown, but not the Keter Hebrew version. We'll take the English version phonetically and see what it will tell us. So that will be a kuf, a resh, an aleph, a vav, and a nun. I'll write it down. Crown. Okay, so the value thereof is 100 plus 200 is 300, 300 plus 1, 301, plus 6, 307, plus 50, 357. Now, 357 is interesting already because in Kollel, that means a plus 1. Take plus 1 for the crown is 358, which is the value of Mashiach, but also of Nachash, because there's those who crown themselves, okay? So, but Mashiach, the real Mashiach, is crowned from above, from the Keter, of course. And I need to show you the Gematria first before we break the word down here, because otherwise you will not understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. So let's go. Our first value is 357, because that's the Gematria. Now the ordinal value thereof is 60. It's namely 19 plus 20 plus 1, that's 3940, plus 6, 46, plus 14 is exactly 60. Okay, so 60 is the ordinal value. Now 60 is the value of 6 midos times 10 sub-sephiros. And we find the 6 midos, 6 sefirot, in is het gevoel dat je vers net gooit en je zooit zerampin. Okay? The next value is the katan. It's a small value. This is 1, plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 6 is 10, plus 5 is 15. Now 15 is the value of Yirah. Okay, so now we have more to work with. A Mashiach that wears a crown is not a fallen Mashiach, okay? We have the fallen Mashiachim, and the word Nachash already tells it has the Nesher, Chamor, and the Shor. Okay? Now what we know is that kingship, right, is really in Asiya, Malchut, kingship. Even though the crown Keter finds its emanation from way up, of course, but the kingship is in Asiya Malchut. So, if you look closely at these figures, you see here, of course, Mashiach, Melech Mashiach, because we're speaking about the crown in Asiya. Okay, and that would be the 357 becoming a 358. Then, the ordinal hints at the collective Mashiach. Right? Yirah H'ari just taught us that Melech HaMashiach, that it is a 5-part construct in which we have a physical avatar, of course, which is elevated Moshe, who brings down the Aleph Tav, right? And it's really, and the Katan hints then at Beria, and that's precise because Yud He, right, the light of Abba is found within Bina. So it's to draw down Yud He and to spell Hashem's name. Well, that really comes when we will look at the letters individually. I can explain you more about it, but why I'm so very certain that this is telling us Asiya, Yetzirah, and Beria. Look, the sum total hereof is 432, and that's staggering because this is many things. I'll write them down. Ha, Ra, Ya, Me, Hem, Na. The faithful shepherd, Haraya Meherna, which is the elevated Moshe. It's also identified in our time who has brought down this light, who is in Asiya bestowing upon us and drawing down Yud He, Yirah H'ari, 432. And it is also the value of Zeh, Hasoid, Moshe, the secret of Moshe, all 432. Okay, so this is definitely a sum up. Of course, there's also the level of Yechida and Chaya, where Yechida there's no differentiation between Mashiach and the endless, right? So, but that's just way beyond our scope. We're given this, right? I've done another video on the emanation of the name Yirah and Yirah H'ari, which is the mirror of Yirah. Of course, it's 2 times his name. And there you get way more insights on the name itself. But it is clear that the crown, see, in a completely different language is not a random word. It gives us so much information. This is why I show you this. So the crown is worn, the true crown, not the self-made crown, right? I crown myself. No, the crown, really authority from the Keter way up high. The crown that is the interface between Atik and Zerampin, right? And you see that in this name because the skull, Golgotha, right? Skull, Kuf is skull. So the Golgotha, which wears the crown, right? This is key, of course. It is where the supernal will rests, not where it's comprehended. So, and the next thing we see then, so skull that wears the crown, right? Forms, and the Aleph is of course hinting at what is said in Zohar, that we should spell the 45 letter name, which hints at drawing down, right, to 45, becoming a man, Adam. This is 26 because it's a Vav and 2 Yuds, which is 26, which is Yud Kei Vav Kei. Yud He Vav He. So that's why you find it draws down Yud He. It comes, right? So let us go through it again. The skull forms Yud He Vav Kei into Zerampin, right? Bringing down, because this is why it's a Nun Sofit, Shanun, 50th gate, and the Sofit reaches all the way down. So it brings down Shanun. And there's another interesting thing, because it brings down Shanun, right? But you can repermutate this also, because it is also kan, nest of what? Aor, nest of light. Kan or 207 and nest. So yes, I hope this was helpful. Maybe we should take another look here. You see the skull, 2 waters, right? Waters of Torah, bringing down waters of Torah. Raises that form, right? Connected to the Malchut, earth, right? Aleph, air, but hinting at Yud K, Vav K, right? The name permutations, bringing Shem, right? Bringing the name Vav to Zerampin, right? Like Emor 31, 185 says in the Zohar. Real men spell the name, right? And there was no man found except for one. But he's here. I have news for you. Yirah H'ari is here. He's the teacher. He teaches like Moshe did, but in an elevated way. Just like Yaakov became Israel, Moshe became Haraya Mehemna. But what is a king without a kingdom? So, in Yetzirah, we have a lot of work to do, right? We have our midos, our forms, and how does one engage in this work? So, follow Yirah, school.com/Yirah, restoration of the breach, or reach out to me here. Many blessings, much love, shalom.